All right, so boom, check it out. This is one of those meals that you have when everything is going right in your life. You ain't got no woman or man problems. Your credit score is looking up. You ain't had the itch to cuss out that annoying coworker that be stressing you all the time. Everything is just going right. Or you just simply need to treat yourself because you've been working so hard. This is what that is. So we got smothered catfish with a lemon pepper cream sauce and some steamed broccoli. Man. But let's get into it. First and foremost, what we got is some washed rice. As you can see, we switched it up this time. We washed it. All right, go ahead and just put that in like that. So that's 2 cups of washed rice. Now, when it comes to your rice in your rice cooker, the ratio is 2 to 1. So for every cup of rice, you're gonna double up on liquid. Simple enough. So let's do a little math lesson today. Well, I think y'all got it. But we got 2 cups of rice, so we're gonna do 4 cups of liquid. All right, so we got 4 cups of liquid. All we're gonna do is season this up, a little bit of Old Bay, a little bit of garlic powder. Garlic powder don't have no salt in it, all right? I'll just let y'all know that. And a little bit of unsalted Cajun seasoning. This is like one of my favorite seasonings, I swear. It takes your dishes up just a notch. You know, that way you don't run nobody blood pressure up, but you adding hella flavors. So, if you've never used a rice cooker before, let me put you on game with this real quick. I'm gonna let you know. It's this cool thing where when you making your rice, check this out. All right, look. It's these cool settings here. It's cooked and warm. Like that's it. Literally, you press it down, it's gonna cook. It'll probably take about 20 minutes or so. Bam. So we're gonna set that aside and let's go ahead and get to working on our fish. Now, making these catfish fillets. So we got some catfish fillets. You can get them fresh from the butcher. You can get them frozen and thaw them out. Whatever you do, just get some catfish fillets, all right? It's supposed to be an easy meal, fairly inexpensive, all right? So the key with this is whether you're making this for yourself or you're making this for a date night. You're just razzle-dazzling up a little bit. You know, that's all you're doing. You're just putting a little bit of razzle-dazzle on a basic dish. So first thing, what I'm doing here is just patting the fish dry to get all of the excess moisture out, just so that way our batter sticks better and it just tastes better when you get that skin. It's gonna be a little bit crispier. So get all of the moisture out. Oh, and in between steps, forgot to mention, wash your hands. Wash your hands. Now, first order of business, we're gonna go ahead and season up this catfish, all right? So we're gonna lightly season. You don't have to do a whole lot. We don't have to go too crazy. So we back with Old Bay. We go light on it because we're gonna use a fish fry, and it already has some sodium in it. A little bit of garlic powder. Pretty much the same stuff we use in the rice. That's what we're doing. Unsalted Cajun seasoning. A little bit of onion powder. And the key, major key, whenever you frying fish, we're gonna hit it with some mustard. Don't matter if it's Dijon or yellow traditional mustard, or you can do spicy mustard. Really don't too much matter, but get you some mustard, all right? So let's get a little bit of mustard. We're gonna crack 2 eggs. Eggs are gonna act as a binder to go ahead and have everything stick together to the fish fry. Now, go ahead and get your hands a little messy on this. So, of course, you want to work that seasoning into each piece, but you want to make sure that egg breaks down. All right. Man, I wonder what she's doing. Anyway, stay focused, y'all. And y'all, just so you know, this will work for tilapia fillets or whatever fish you're going to use, it'll work. All right. All right, so we're gonna use some fish fry to batter our fish. So I'm using Zatarain's Southern Fish Fry. You can use Louisiana. You can make your own cornmeal mixture, whatever. You just need some breading, all right? Stump some in. We do it this way because we use a little bit less. So here's the process for this. Take a fillet. Set it in just like that. Pat it in. Make sure it's in there. Press it down. Flip it over. Make sure everywhere has a piece of breading on it. Shake that thing off just like that. If you want to double bread it, you can, like with a separate egg wash station, but not really necessary in this case. Repeat that process until all the fillets are breaded, and you're gonna set it on some wax paper. It's all been sitting here hot and bothered all for about a good few minutes here, right? So where you can test it, drop that in. You see how that's doing that? You see how the fish fry is starting to fry? That's what we want. That's how you know it's ready. So we're gonna drop that thing in. Put it down away from you now, because you want there, if that grease splatter back on you, hey, I ain't tell you about it. Just listen. So anyway, you know what I mean? Go ahead and tease it. Nobody likes to be teased, but go ahead and tease that oil a little bit. Just give it a little bit of, you know what I'm saying? Just tease. All right, anyway, go ahead and stick it in. Whoa, I mean drop it in. Anyway. See, now that oil is ready. You feel me? So the key here is patience. The key here is patience. Do not overcrowd your skillet. Don't do what I just did by sticking your finger in there. Yeah, so we're gonna do this for about 5 to 6 minutes each side. Then you're gonna have some nice and golden brown fillets. Now, this is on medium heat right now, if I didn't mention that already. Medium heat. We don't need to cook it on super high temperatures, because then you're gonna have the outside be dark and melanated and dark, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna have the inside being, it's not a vibe. I got a whole story on why you wanna do medium temperature on this. All right. Now, if you got some more fish fillets, go ahead and batter those up while you're doing that. Multitasking is the name of the game on this. Multitasking is definitely the name of the game. All right, let's go ahead and flip this thing. So take your fillet, you get a spatula or whatever. That is beautiful right there. Perfecto. I'm gonna let that go for another 5 to 6 minutes, and then we're gonna set that on a plate lined with a paper towel and let the oil soak into the paper towel to dry. Let's go ahead and take this fish off. And look at that fish. Don't that look? That looks perfect. Oh my God. Set this on a plate, and I'll show y'all the plate in just a second. So there's our plate. And just repeat the process. So we got another batch to drop in. Now don't mind the sound of the fish frying, because we got to let that finish, right? So we're gonna go ahead and drop our shrimp in. It's already peeled and deveined. These are large size shrimp. Get whatever size you feel floats your boat. Not a whole lot of rules to this. Of course, if it was a way for me to make this a one-pan meal, I would have done it. However, we still gonna minimize this. So the key to this is you're gonna cook your shrimp for 2 minutes each side. What we're gonna do is just season this in the skillet. So we got Belay and Bell seafood seasoning, or you can get Old Bay. Don't really matter. But I will say this is an amazing product. As you see, I use it in almost all my videos. It's low in sodium, so you ain't gotta worry about that. And it's high in everything you do need in terms of flavor. It's bomb. It really is. We're gonna get some salt-free lemon pepper. Salt-free. So this is just gonna give it a nice little lemon and like earthy flavor a little bit. It's gonna be lovely. A little bit of onion powder. Now, once the shrimp are done, we're gonna go ahead and take them out and put them in a bowl and set them aside. And then from there, what we'll do is get ready to start on our cream sauce. So we're almost done. We just got a few more steps to go. So we'll keep the eye on about medium high as we make our cream sauce. Now to make our cream sauce, start with half a stick of butter, about 2 kitchen-sized spoons, small ones, of some minced garlic. All right, now that the butter is starting to melt on down, we're gonna go ahead and use some of this heavy whipping cream here. So this is a quart. Use about half or a third, depending on how many people you're gonna feed. Now, as you see, everything is coming to a boil. So we got a gang load of some Parmesan cheese. We're gonna go ahead and add this whole thing in, so it's pre-shredded. If you wanna get the Parmesan cheese and grate it yourself, be my guest. Be my guest. Now what we're gonna do here is just get the zest of a lemon. Just get a little bit. Now, I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of lemon juice off in here. Make sure you pluck out the seeds first, or if you got a lemon juice squeezer, go ahead and make that work. If you learn nothing else, we reinforce flavors, so onion powder. I'm gonna throw in a touch of some black pepper. It's gonna sound a little crazy. We're gonna add just a touch of some Hidden Valley Ranch seasoning. Add in your shrimp. Now after you add in your shrimp, go ahead and reduce the heat down to about medium-low to even low, honestly. And then you stir everything around and you will be ready. And look, after banging pots and pans, look, I'm tired, so we're gonna microwave this broccoli. All right, so we finna take a little shortcut on this because after all that fish frying and we gotta clean up that oil and everything like that, we finna take a shortcut. So look, we're gonna microwave this broccoli because ain't nobody got time. All right, we got garlic pepper right here. So be careful, even though it says garlic pepper, salt is literally the second most prevalent ingredient that's in this, all right? So go to whatever works for you, you know? And get some roasted garlic and herb seasoning. So if you don't have this specific one, now this is at CVS. I think every state has a CVS if I'm not mistaken, but if not, here go the ingredients on the back right here, just so you know what you're getting yourself into, all right? And that is it. If you need more seasoning, squeeze a little bit of lemon juice over the top once it's done. You really don't need a whole lot with this. So the best part about all of this is it'll take about 3 to 4 minutes. Take it out and then plate everything on up. Ooh, hey, listen, y'all, this was so delicious. Thank y'all again for tuning into another recipe. My name is Cord, and I will catch y'all on the next recipe. Yes, Lord.